USPS, shipped it via UPS ground. It cost about a little over $200 to ship it round trip, but that was also probably the most expensive option. If you ship it with bike flights, it probably would have only cost $140 round trip. It's a hard shell case. I put the wheels. Bikeflights.com. You can ship your bike. They'll send you a box that's. If you want to ship your bike and you don't want to, they'll do it for you.
Do they supply a hard box or cardboard box?
All of the above.
Okay.
So what I've done is the wheels are off. I put them in wheel bags because I don't want them scratching the frame. Handlebars come off. The stem comes off of the neck. And I put bubble wrap around it with some Velcro straps on it. The bubble wrap is just to keep things from rubbing on each other. And there's just clear tape. So bubble wrap comes from Home Depot or Office Max. So what I use for this bike, the only thing that I need is this tool here. It's got a, I can't see the numbers. It's probably a 4, 5, and a 6 millimeter X wrench on it, Allen wrench. And it's strictly for 3 bolts, pretty much. That's for the stem bolt, and then these two bolts here.
Take the pedals off?
No, pedals are on. Everything else is on the bike. That's this one.
Anybody have any questions about
you might be asking,
how long did it take you to disassemble it?
all right, so I did both of these right before I came here, which is probably why I was a little bit late. This one took about 10 to 15 minutes to break down. I've done this before. That one took like 20, 25 minutes, because you'll see why. If you're worried about torque specs, I have a little torque key, it's 5 millimeter. Pretty much that's the standard for most of these bolts on the bike that I'm taking apart. And I have different bits that actually go in it. This is, I think, like $15.
What is that called, a torque key?
It's a torque wrench.
Does it prevent you from applying too much?
Yes, you especially want to use it for like carbon. But if you're going to take apart your bike and reassemble it, if you're not used to that, to how much it should be tightened, you should be using a torque key. Otherwise, you're going to damage some stuff possibly. So this one, it's actually connected to the bottom of this case by a fork mount. So it's in there. And it's not going anywhere. It's rigid. So the first thing that they did when they put it on the truck was they threw it in the truck sideways. They didn't leave it upright. So it planned for it to be handled any kind of way. This one's extremely sturdy. I'd have no problem putting any bike in this case.
What's the price of the case?
Well, this case is like $600-700. I got this one used on eBay for less than half that. This one I've yet to actually use to transport. I would never actually. I don't know that I would actually ever ship this anywhere.
That's when you're carrying it yourself.
Yeah, this is basically I wouldn't call this a case as much as I call it a bike bag.
You take it with you on the phone.
So the bike is pretty much disassembled almost in the same fashion as the other case. Both wheels come off, they're in bags. These are padded, which is nice. And then the handlebars are taken off at this point, and they're just strapped onto the front fork. My front fork, the neck is all covered in bubble wrap so it doesn't scratch. And if you look inside the chain, because it's gonna flop around, I just put bubble wrap around it. This is a cyclocross bike. It already has a protector on it on the chain stays to keep it from marring. But otherwise, I would use something else on the other bike. Pedals are still on this bike. One other tip is when you put your saddle back on both of these, you'll notice that there's electric tape here. This one has a seat mast, so it goes over. That one has a regular type saddle. The tape is so that you know exactly how far down to put your seat. So when you put your bike back together, the most important thing is you put it back the way it was. Otherwise, it's going to be pretty bad. There's graduations on the front of this. I pretty much know by heart exactly where it should line up with the markings on my stem. This one, it's strapped in here. There's straps that strap into the bottom of the case, but it's, I mean, if you threw this, you damage the bike.
And the wheels.
That's what they do at the airport.
I'd be very careful.